Hello guys, welcome to today's training, and this is Rainer. And today we will introduce our new product, our new product in Mavic 2 Enterprise Serials. I suppose most of you maybe already heard about this product, but you are still how to say, you are still interested in the detailed information about it. So today in this meeting, we will finally disclose the details about this product. And we all know that at the end, at the middle of this year, around the beginning of May, in this year, we released our enterprise leadership, which is a medium-sized product, which we call it Mattress 300 RTK. And it sold well, and this is currently our main solution in almost all the enterprise field. And today we released this product, Mavic Enterprise Advanced, with improved sensors and RTK module and other highlights. So we hope that this product could be compensation in smaller size design to we hope to make it a new leadership mainstream solution for our enterprise users. So we will introduce the product in two parts today in today's meeting. First, we will introduce the key features of it and the key values of it when we use it in enterprise scenarios. And the second part, we will go through the specifications and some FAQ about it to achieve a better level of understanding of this product. First, about the name, it is fixed to be Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, which is the third member of Mavic 2 Enterprise Serials. The first one is Mavic 2 Enterprise Zoom. The second one is Mavic Enterprise Dual, and the third one is the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced with enhanced dual sensor and RTK model, which is the key features of it. First, about the improved thermal camera, it is now supports 640 times 512 thermal resolution for radiometric data capture. And for the frame rates, it also we have improved it from the 8.7 of the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual version to now the 30 Hz. So considering the high resolution from 160 times 120 of the dual version to now the 640 times 512 resolution for the advanced version, and the frame rate, the improvement in frame rate, we have made it comparable to the top level infrared sensors like H20T, the one integrated in H20T and the one integrated in XT2. Besides, it could support high level of the digital zoom capability. We could support 6 times of the for digital zoom capability. For the visual sensor, we have enhanced it greatly also. First, about the resolution, we have upgraded from 12 megapixels to 48 megapixels now. And the sensor size of it is half inch of it, and we have also improved the zoom capability of it from 32 times from 6 times of the zoom version to now 32 times, which is the digital zoom capability. And now it could support RTK model compatibility. After purchase the standard package of Mavic Enterprise Advanced, which is without the RTK model, you could purchase the RTK model of it. To achieve centimeter level accuracy when you are using this job, electrical grid inspection or oil and gas inspection, or even you are using it to do some model reconstruction work. First, let's see the key value of it when we are using it in public safety scenario. We could capture benefits on the basis of three key features of it. First is the enhanced fast response and low light operations and visual and IR capabilities. First, about the enhanced thermal camera. With the 640 times 512 resolution with 30 Hz frame rates, now the IR sensor could improve our efficiency in the night detection. When we are using it in the missions of search and rescue or the missions of suspect apprehension or some night evidence observation to capture the suspects or night tracking. Secondly, thanks to the visual camera and RDK module, we could now enable users to generate on-site accident reconstruction models for post-analysis. So let me raise an example. If you are using the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced now in a firefighting scenario, you could use this to build a reconstruction model for post-analysis on the basis of the benefits of RDK model. And even we have improved it a lot in appearance of thermal sensor and visual sensor. These products, as a member of Mavic 2 Enterprise Serials, it still keeps the high level of portability, which means it could still be quick to deploy and easy to transport, with the high level of zoom capability, enabling flight at greater altitude compares with Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual version. And normally here is two videos to show the ability of these products. Normally, we know that if you have the experience to use Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual version in night observation, you may know that the suggested flight height would be 20 to 30 minutes. Above, then the detect ability will be greatly reduced. But now, with the ability of Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, we could support night detection at a height of 100 meters while digital zoom. You could see that even with flight at a height of 100 meters, we could still use this to recognize and to identify people. While if you are using Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual, you could not detect it. And to better use it, we also improved our user interface, like what we did for the Metro 300 RDK for that product. We support multi-view, and we could use this to easily switch between infrared view and the visual view and split mode for your better observation. You could switch from infrared and visual easily, and you could also use a split mode to achieve a better level of the situational awareness. It would be very, very important and make sense in the field of power line inspection, or if you are using it to do the fire situation observation at the first time you arrived at the spot at the site. And here's another comparison between the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced and the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. For the comparison, we keep the same about the flight heights of 30 minutes. You can see that With Mavic Enterprise Advanced, let us compare the observation of the plants, of the trees. You can see that with the observation of Mavic Enterprise Advanced, we could find the edge of the plants easily. Well, if you are using Mavic 2 Dual version, you cannot do that. Even we keep the same height. It is easy to understand because the capability of the thermal sensor could be comparable with the with the thermal sensor integrated in S20T and the thermal sensor integrated in XT2 on the basis of the high resolution of 640p as the high frame rate of 30 Hz. Then what's the key value if you use it in the field of energy inspection? First, let's discuss about the resolution, high resolution of the thermal sensor. We all know that the high resolution is very of the sensor is very important in the inspection work for the devices or the utility in power grid scenario or the oil and gas scenario. With the improved radiometric sensor, we could make it more suitable for utility inspection. Like an example showed in this page. This is a conversion station, and we have used Mavic Enterprise Advanced to do the inspection. We can see that the thermal image is very clear. We can check the temperature if there is some anomalies. And we could use the split mode to compare the visual view and the thermal view to check if there is some defects or failures. And with the supporting of the RTK model, now we can increase the accuracy if we are doing the automated inspection. And with the RTK model, we could make it more strong to fight with the high electromagnetic interference. This is very important in the inspection mission when we are using drums in the power line green inspection. If you have had the experience, you may remember that when we are promoting Matrix 300 RTK or even the old type Matrix 210 RTK to the clients in power line grid field, we always mention that based on the RTK model, we could make it more make it to achieve a higher level of accuracy when we are doing the automatically inspection when the complex are strongly influenced by the electromagnetic interference. Or even you are doing the inspection when you are using drums to inspect the wind turbine or some key devices in oil and gas scenario, which is made by metal. In that scenario, normally you may face the trouble in fighting with the electromagnetic interference. And the third key point is the capture logic, the images capture logic. Please note that this product will capture infrared images and the visual images at the same time, and you cannot adjust it manually. Which means that if you click this button, it will automatically record the thermal camera. It will automatically order the thermal camera and the visual camera to record images. You cannot set it to record the infrared images only or record the visual images only. And one more thing about it is the small and light specification of it, which make it more suitable for utility inspections. with the requirements in portability compared with the solution of Magic 300 RDK we promoted previously. And the infrared images, the infrared images you took when you are doing an inspection work, you could save it as RJPG format, and it could be analyzed via DJ thermal analysis tool for post-analysis. And I suppose most of you will be interested in the release schedule of it. We released this on the 15th of December this year, and we will accept orders in China after 18th of January next year. And we could accept orders in North America, Europe, Australia after the date of 8th of February next year. And we could accept orders in Japan, Korea, and Taiwan after 1st of March next year. And we will start our shipment after mid-March. But please note that the shipment date could be modified. So please do not share it externally. Please note that because we may modify it. Okay, so that's the key features and highlights of Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, and that's also the key values Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced bring to us if we use this in the field of public safety and energy inspection scenario. So in the second part, we will go through the specifications of it in detail, and we will offer some FAQ for your reference. So let's first check the comparison between the Mavic 2 Enterprise Duo and Mavic 2 Advanced version. About endurance time, they are the same in this part, if without RDK model. If Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced equipped with RDK model, then the flight time will be limited to 27 minutes. And for visual camera, we have improved a lot in appearance of the effective pixels and the size of CMOS and the digital zoom capability. And for the thermal camera, we have improved also a lot in the resolution and frame rate and zoom capability from 0 to 60. And we now support post-processing on the basis of TSDK we support it now. And by comparison, we can note that the effective pixels of visual camera was increased by 4 times, and the effective pixels of thermal camera was increased by 17 times. And the frame rate is increased to 30 Hz. For the RDK ability, Mavic 2 Enterprise Duo do not support RDK ability, and Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could support network RDK or custom RDK, which could enable users to achieve high precision accuracy. And for the remote controller capability, Mavic 2 Enterprise Duo could use the DJI Smart Controller or the remote controller without display, while if you are using Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, you could only use the DJI Smart Controller. For the maxed waypoint amount, in Mavic 2 Enterprise Duo, we could support 99. In Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, we could support 240, which could enable us to support more complex missions. And for the ascent and descent speed, we have also improved it. We have improved the max ascent speed from 5 meters per second to 6 meters per second. We have improved the descent speed from 3 meters per second to 5 meters per second as the vertical descent speed and 7 meters per second as the tilt descent speed, which means that we have improved in appearance of powerful flight performance. About the specification, the diagonal length of it is 340 and 54 millimeters, which is the same with the previous two Mavic 2 Enterprise serials. For the weight of it, if we do not carry any other accessories, it is 909 grams. For the max flight time, it is 31 minutes, and if we use the RDK model, then the flight time will be reduced from 31 minutes to 27 minutes. And for the max speed, it now supports 20 meters per second, and we have improved the ascent and descent speed and the tail descent speed. And for the max takeoff altitude, it could support to take off above on the height of 6,000 meters, and the wind resistance could be 10 meters per second. Operation temperature range could be -10 to +40. And for the remote controller compatibility, it could only support DJI Smart Controller. Please note that it could not support remote controller without display. And for the max transmission range, it could support 10 kilometers under FCC standard or 6 kilometers under CE, SRC, or MIC standard. And for the accessories, it could support not only spotlight, speaker, and beacon, but RDK model as well now. And for the application capability, it could only support DJI Pilot on Android platform, not the iOS platform. For the SDK capability, it could support mobile SDK and thermal SDK. And here are some FAQ for your reference. I suppose you may be interested in some questions here, like the camera swapping. Currently, we could be sure that the camera could not be swappable between the Mavic 2 Enterprise serials. And some questions like the waterproof or the IP rating of M2 Enterprise Advanced may be interesting to you. Is that Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could not be support IP. We hadn't made the test of IP rating of it, just the same as the previous two version, dual version and zoom version. And for the remote controller capability, please note that the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could only be compatible with DJI Smart Controller, but it could not be compatible with the remote controller without display, because that old remote controller without display could not support the RTK connection. That's the reason. And which application is the Mavic 2 Advanced compatible with? It is the DJI Pilot Android version. And the third-party applications developed using the DJI Mobile SDK could also be doable. And whether you could do post-processing if you measure the temperature on thermal images. Yes, it could be done. You could use the our DJI thermal analysis tool to do that. And about waypoints, we have upgraded from 99 to 240 in each mission. And about the compatibility of the iOS version of DJI Pilot, the answer is no. And here some questions may be interesting to you. For example, about the Flight Hub compatibility, no. And about the whether you could use the RTK model of Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, whether you could use this to Mavic 2 for other versions, the answer is no. The RTK model is only compatible with the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced. I have received some questions from you recently about this question, so please know that. And whether the PBK is supported on Mavic 2 Advanced, no. And whether the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could be used with the DRK2 station, the answer is also no, because the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could only be compatible if you use the N-trip account to connect it with the RDK station. What SDK are supported by advanced version? Only mobile SDK and thermal SDK. About how to use thermal SDK, you could check our official website. There are more details about it. Whether Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced supports mixed mode? No, because we are using our own designed core instead of the Flare core. And about the photo saving, it will automatically take the visual and infrared photos at the same time. And whether Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced supports JS Pro? No. So this is our today's introduction to our new product, new member in Mavic 2 Enterprise series. If you have any questions, you could raise them now and let us know. So thank you so much.